Right, it's another one of these videos where I put something in my mouth I wouldn't really want to be putting in my mouth. And it's because we have one of these wonderful things. It's another Heat Me, Eat Me meal. Oh, you could call it a meal, I suppose. It has a burger and chips that you just microwave all together. It's got nutritional value. Do we really want to go into it? Go on in, just because that's the sort of thing you lovely people love. It has got, per burger and chips, 440 calories. Okay, 18 grams of fat, 5.7 of which are grams of saturated fat. There are 52 grams of carbohydrates. There are 3.7 grams of sugars. There's 4.7 grams of fibre, 15 grams of protein, and 1.8 grams of salt. Quite a bit of salt, but you know, that's to be expected of something which is made out of all the best parts of the cow. So, how do we do it then? This is, by the way, frozen. It was the last one in the supermarket. And since then, they've never had them again. Never, ever, ever. So this could be the last ever Heat Me, Eat Me burger and chips in existence for all I know. It could be worth 1.7 million on the black market. I don't know. I should really check. But instead I'm going to put it in my gob. Instructions on how to cook. We need to, if that actually focuses, would be lovely. If it doesn't, then tough. I'm going to read it myself. It says, remove the product from all packaging and set the bread bun aside. Spread the burger and chips together on a microwavable plate. Refer to the table for cooking instructions. Excellent. And the cooking instructions are: cook on full power for 2 minutes. Take the burger out, place on the bun, and then put the assembled burger back on the plate with the chips and cook for a further 1 minute 50 seconds. So 3 minutes and 50 seconds in total. Let's go do that now. Right then, there it is. Looks pretty much like a burger, doesn't it? It looks pretty good. Okay, squidgy. Done exactly as it said to do it. I've just whipped it out of the microwave now and brought it straight here. It didn't say to let it stand. No, just double checking. Absolutely nothing. It's absolutely soggy underneath, which is what you get from these things. A massive patty, by the way, really thin, very greasy. So let's have a look at it. There you go. Look, yeah. Eat me, eat me, eat me, eat me. Whatever it is, burger and chips, completely plain. Don't even chuck in a sachet of sauce. I can't remember how much it was. Probably a quid and a bit. Let's give it a go. Oh, it's incredibly hot, but that's fine. That's good. And I'll kill some of the whatever bacteria and all sorts of gubbins that's on there. About as far from beef as I can possibly imagine. Let's have a quick look at these ingredients, which we failed to look at. Chips and potatoes. How are chips 48? Okay, so 48% of it is chips. Sorry, I'll get that now. It's not 48% potato. I mean, come on. What could it be? Okay, the cooked burger is 80% beef. It is apparently beef. Well, we know what sort of beef it is, though. It's beef, wheat flour, containing stuff, reinforcements and stuff like that. Soya protein as well. Okay, so let's put soya protein in there as well. Salt, dextrose, wheat protein, onion powder and onion extract. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't really taste like beef. I thought it was going to be pork actually, but it's not. Well, there you are. It's not great. Let's check these these crinkled chips. There's no the browning thing that they put in it, you know, the thing. Anyway, there's none of that rubbish in there. Well, there's nothing. So it's just this on its own, in fact, and a bit of packaging touch to it. Mmm, yummy. Okay, let's try it. Yeah. Well, that's the blandest thing I've ever tasted. I might as well just eat some semi-cooked potato. It tastes like they've just chopped up the potato and said, here you go, Mike, have that for 2 minutes. Eat it. There's no salt. There's barely any. There's some oil on it, but not doing anything really, is it? So, no, the chips are useless. I wonder if they could do with more time in the microwave, don't know. They could do with a crisper. That's the third thing I was trying to remember. A crisper. Well, I can't really taste the hoof, or the nails, or the lips, or the other bits and bobs quite yet. But I'll tell you what this does do. This reminds me, I've literally just had a massive blast of nostalgia. This reminds me of the burgers we used to get at school. It really is. If this was wrapped in some paper, left to go sweaty, oh my goodness, this is it. This is my school dinner time burgers they used to let us have. There you go, there's the secret. They used the cheapest, nastiest cuts of everything, whatever they could sweep off the floor and mechanically reclaim. Anything they could possibly label as meat, as in it came from an animal, the parts of which you don't want to know about. Well, that is pretty much spot on to the burgers of my school dinners. Well, that's why us 90 kids can pretty much survive anything these days. What? It tastes god awful. It tastes absolutely terrible. But it hits me in the nostalgia bits. So I actually don't dislike it, strange enough. I actually find it actually kind of pleasant in a way that I wouldn't go like, give me a burger, this is a perfect burger. No, I'll go, give me something of a nondescript taste that just reminds me of other awful things I've eaten or been forced to eat during my life. And this is it. And the chips are awful. Yeah, they're useless. Bit of salt on there, and perhaps a blindfold and a gun to my head. I'd actually kind of eat them willingly. But I'm just going to chuck them in the bin in a minute. Right, well there we go. That's the Eat Me, the Heat Me, Eat Me burger and chips all in one box, if you can even find them anymore, because as far as I know they no longer exist. But if you do come across it, wow, if you were a teenager in the 90s and you had burgers at your school, give them a go. Leave me a comment and let me know what your school dinners were like in the 90s, or even now. I don't really care, be interesting to know, because I bet they couldn't get much worse than this. They didn't care about us back then. We were the forgotten generation of latchkey kids. Okay, well there we are. I wouldn't recommend it to somebody unless I really hated them, or if they were a 90s kid like me and they wanted a bit of to see whether or not they remember that taste.